What happened Sunday?
So basically on Sunday, my friend called me. He says, there's a protest going on for the Israeli consulate. I've been to so many before. This was not my first time. I said, I'm there, man. I come. I call him before. I say, how many Jews are there? How many on the Israeli side? He says 0. I say, he's probably exaggerating. His name's Aaron. And so I come there. Literally, there are 0 Jews. I have this huge Israeli flag, an IDF t-shirt, tzitzit, kippah, of course, and my small Israeli flag is kind of sticking out of my pocket. Just had another one. So I come. As soon as I come, they see me. I'm very noticeable. They start coming after me and following me, basically. What happens is that at one point, they literally start pulling at my flag and yelling, pull that flag down, and yelling murder or whatever. At this point, police run, like literally run from across the street and make sort of like a circle around me and push everybody away, make sure I'm safe. This is when I sort of got the attention of the Channel 4 and Democast, and I was actually getting filmed. That's where the video, I guess, starts. What happened after that, I talked to the police. The police are like, alright, this is a protest, it's on public grounds. They can go anywhere, you can go anywhere. I said, okay, I'm going across the street. And they said, okay, wait a second, let us escort you across the street. I say, that's good with me. So I go, I'm ready to go across the street. The Arabs, they were pretty much 90% Arab from what I saw. They were all wearing like kafayas, and also like the women were wearing the Muslim head covering. So what happens is that basically I go across the street, followed by many police officers, 6 or 7 police officers with a bunch of these protesters, and they were all anti-Israel. I was the only pro-Israel supporter. They were all following me. I go across the street. Once I get there, basically before that there were only 20, 30, maybe maximum 40 people in front of this alley. The police want me to be separated, so they put me next to this alley. They line up 10 police officers in front of me. That's how many I needed. 10 police officers. They make a wall, a scrimmage line in front of me, and about 100, probably more than 100 Arabs form like a little mob in front of me. They were yelling from the beginning. They were yelling Allahu Akbar. They were yelling murder. Israel is finished. Things like free Palestine. All their little phrases, all their little worn out phrases. I mean, some people were like literally trying to attack me. There was this one lady, you see in the video, she was like jumping up and down, going crazy over it. And it was basically when I went across the street, that was what got on NBC4. That was why I got on it was important. Because afterwards, about 3 other pro-Israel supporters came. They were on the other side of the street. They just held the flag, maybe said a couple of things. It was nice to have them there. We were still obviously very small, just 3 against many hundreds. But, at least they came and gave their support. I was there just to wave the flag, just to show that I support Israel, that I stand with Israel, that I'm not just gonna, I'm just not, if they're gonna be in the street, in front of cars driving by, in front of everyone, chanting their phrases, free Palestine, waving their terrorist PLO flags, because there is alright?
What about the West Bank and Gaza? What are they?
The West Bank and Gaza is no doubt Eretz Israel. Right now...
What does that mean in English?
Land of Israel. Right. Judea and Samaria is Jews and Arabs. Gaza is 100% Arab. There's not a single Jew living there. Gaza is not our focus right now. Right now we're focusing on Judea and Samaria, basically. Of course...
You mean the West Bank?
Yeah. And making sure there's no Arab terrorist state formed there by the terrorist PLO organization, and, eventually even a worse terrorist organization, Hamas would take over, obviously. So we're definitely... That's the battle we're fighting.
Why did you come out today?
I came out because I want to support Israel, because they were attacking
Watch your curve.
when they had the right. They were attacked first, they did what they had to. Those people were not humanitarians, alright? The head of the Islamic movement, the northern branch in Israel, was there. He's a provocateur. He's there to cause violence. The ship was armed with knives. Basically, this ship was armed with knives, batons, all kinds of things to attack Israeli soldiers with. Okay? There's a Navy blockade on Gaza. They were just doing their job, these soldiers. They're not murderers. They're not bad people. Okay? They're just Israeli soldiers trying to defend their country. Okay? Gaza is an area where Hamas controls. It's a terrorist organization. They're just trying to kill Israelis. Okay? We're just trying to stand up for our country. We're not doing anything else.
What's your name?
I'm Daniel Pereg.
So, spell your last name?
Pereg.
And are you affiliated with any group?
I'm affiliated with the group of Judaism and Israel. And that's it.
Now, how do you know that ship was armed?
How would I know it? Because I know from the news. I'm an informed person.
Where, in your view, should the borders between Israel and Palestine be drawn?
There should not be any borders.
I don't know if there should be 19...
There should not be any borders. It's a Palestinian land with Jews, Khazarian Jews who have been living there for years, for thousands and thousands of years as Arabs. Khazarians are Arabs. They're not Jews.
Is your objective then Israel should become Palestine?
The only reason...
Of course I'm against that because it's not an Israeli state. It's a Palestinian state.
Is your goal to conquer Israel?
The only reason...
My goal is to give my people their basic rights and their right to their land.
So would a Palestinian state alongside Israel satisfy you?
No. Alongside with the Jews can live in a Palestinian state. There should not be an Israeli state.
Okay, thank you.
Israeli state does not even exist.
Well, it does.
It started 1948. It started 1948 after Winston Churchill signed in 1950.
The only reason Israel is doing this is because they got kicked out from the German whatever happened to them. So they're trying to take out their anger to someone else.
What about the Bible?
The Bible?
You know, Solomon.
I'll answer that.
The Jewish presence in Israel from the biblical days.
I don't know.
What did you think when you saw him walk around that corner?
I thought it was a pretty bold move on his part. But we had enough officers in place to take care of him and make sure that he was safe.
See, as a potential dangerous situation?
Absolutely, because the crowd was rather hostile toward him, and that was very apparent by their actions. So.
Really, it's a lot of people. So you may have heard that I was here on Monday. I was going through the crowd of anti-Israel protesters. There was no one else here who was going through the crowd when I was here. There came some other people afterwards, and I stood for Israel, even if I had to do it alone. But we're not standing for Israel alone today. We're not standing for Israel alone today. So our numbers are pretty great today, right? We're in the thousands, and we're proud of it. We're proud of it. Chaverim, we stand for the truth, we bash the lies, and we know that God is with us when we defend ourselves. We know that He's always going to be with us. We know we did the right thing, and that's why we're here. Alright. I just want to tell you, for those of you that are here to support Israel, which is literally the thousands, our best way to support Israel, our best way to help Israel is to make aliyah. Alright? Our country has been waiting for us. For 2,000 years, they've been waiting for us. And now, finally, it's time to come home. That's how we can help us. Just wanted to say something. For Gilad Shalit, may God bless him and keep him soon. Release him from the Hamas captivity. It's horrible. We really pray for him. People pray for him every day. He's in our prayers. But our only hope, our hope is that he can come without any terrorist murders being exchanged for him. Now listen, our ultimate goal is what? Peace, security, and prosperity for our country and for our Jewish homeland and our people. I want you to know that in my life, I want to help the Jewish people and our country. In my life, I'm dedicated to becoming a Knesset member and an Israeli politician for you guys. I want to stand for Israel my whole life, standing up for you guys, and I will be there for you. Last thing, may we experience an end to terror, and always remember, Am Yisrael Chai!
I've been pretty down on the youth of today as far as their interest in anything other than techno music and materialistic pursuits. And when I saw this video, and heard about the video before I saw it, I basically was enamored with the whole thing. I was stunned at his courage and his conviction and his willing to put himself out there like that, like I haven't seen any kid his age do ever in my 54 years on the planet. And I was basically down on this next generation coming up and worried whether they'd step up to the plate when the time comes, when they're on the stage, so to speak, and it's their generation. And now with guys like Daniel, and a few other kids that I've been meeting over the last few weeks and months, it's restored somewhat my faith in the Jewish youth. And you can't keep the spirit of the Jewish people down. There's this Pintele Yid, this tiny essence of the Jewish people that never can die, no matter what society we're in, no matter what the society tries to do to us, no matter what our parents try to do to us, as far as good Jewish boys, a doctor or a lawyer, and the truth will out. And the truth of the matter here is that Daniel's heart told him that somebody had to stand up for the Jewish people. Somebody had to be willing to go out there and decry the lies that were being uttered in public and the defamation, especially in front of our own consulate in the middle of Los Angeles. And if nobody else was going to stand up, there's a very famous expression in Pirkei Avos that the rabbis say, the sayings of this, the ethics of our fathers, the sages say that in a place where there are no men, strive to be a man. B'makom she'ein ish hishtadel li'os ish. And that's what Daniel did. Daniel stood up when nobody was standing up, and everyone was cowering in the corners, and nobody was willing to put themselves out front. And with that kind of courage and that kind of conviction, it renews my faith in the future of the Jewish people, and certainly the American Jewish youth, from whatever country they emanated from to come here. They're American Jewish youth growing up in LA in the 21st century, and as such they are destined to greatness, because people like Daniel, despite everything that this society has thrown at us, there could still be someone like Daniel in our society.
All I want to say is Democast was the reason why everything got out. They were the ones that filmed this. My thanks goes to them. My heart goes out to them. They were the ones that brought me here, thankfully, and I'm very happy to be here. I would never have been speaking here if it wasn't for that. I just came to protest for Israel. I didn't come to get on TV, and it was Democast that spread this. So yes, subscribe to Democast.